What's up, fam? It's your boy Demuir here, late night studio session. So I apologize if I look a bit beat or tired, but I don't feel that way. I mean, it's music. It's gonna power you through almost anything. It's a soundtrack of our lives. It's the thing that tells our story. It's the thing that moves us. But I digress. I'm here to talk to you about my song called Maufaka's local Bullshhhh, and it's out on Doin Work Records, and it's appropriate. It's fitting because it just got released, and there's a number of things in there that I call signatures that I want to share with you guys. I think it's very important as producers in house music, as you're pushing the sound, whether it's, you know, this particular track is jacking or whatever, if it's deep house or Afro house, whatever you're making, it's important to leave your signature on the track so people understand it's a part of your brand or your overall sound. And I'm also going to talk about, you know, quite briefly about the thing that inspired my signature and how I interpreted it into this particular song. So why don't we dive in to Maufaka's. Maufaka's is a song, it's a conversation rather, that I had with a number of DJs and producers who had shared their stories. It doesn't really matter where they are. In their local cities, they're not appreciated for their skill and craft, and rather are recognized abroad. And it's kind of a shame. I really do believe it's a shame. No matter what city you're in, it's not necessarily a Toronto thing. It's a thing that's out there between producers and promoters sometimes. And I'm happy to say, for myself, there's been a number of local promoters that have recognized my contributions to house music, not at a local level, but at an international level, and have put me on as a result. But unfortunately, we do still see from time to time, no matter, again, what city you're from, where DJs and producers, well-known DJs and producers, experience this. So I just took to my iPhone, and like all things that happen with inspiration, you know, I got all these sounds bouncing around in my head, and sometimes it's lyrics, and this is what came to mind.
Motherfuckers, these small motherfuckers. Motherfuckers, these big motherfuckers. Motherfuckers, 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 these
Motherfuckers, these small, these big motherfuckers. So I think anyone can appreciate the aggression in that. So it's basically a simple vocal. I took it off my iPhone and worked it back into Logic here, EQ'd it up, added a little delay, as you can hear. And as part of my digging experiences, I was able to find a nice riff off of the sample. Some of you might know what it is, but I'm not telling you. You can go find out for yourself. So you can hear that groove, and I knew immediately that it would work with the vocal I had. So
motherfuckers, these small motherfuckers. Motherfuckers, these small motherfuckers.
It's like the syncopation in the guitar riff is just there, waiting for someone to say something. So that worked out well, and as part of the main sample, we dive in here and we can hear. So you got the move going on in there. Then you hear the drumming, just picking it up. So I'm gonna stop right here, and it's very important as producers, you listen to the fucking sample and what it's telling you and what gifts it's giving you. And I'm so grateful to have the skills of musicianship to bring it out, because, you know, I could play the whole thing right here in the same part. guys are listening to all of that and you're thinking, wow, that sample's dope. And really, truly, the only part that's a sample is this. So as you can hear, it's not taking the full spectrum of the sound like the low and stuff. And I'll just break it down for you right here. As I was listening to a sample, it was telling me to play this particular bass line. Crystal, you need to go. I'm working, girl. I'm working. Chill out. So here's the bass line I played. Yeah. Now I just added a little sub bass to that to fill out the bottom. You might not be able to hear it because it's in the lower regions of the hertz. The appropriate speaker, you can hear it. So, interesting about that, as I heard that bass line and I played it and I got it down, I was immediately, just to go back to signatures and inspiration, that's one of my signatures. I play live instruments over samples, and some people, it's not a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal. I just think it's necessary in order to make your record sound fulfilling and pleasing to the ear. But at this time, from a signature perspective, I was like, I know what key it's in. So I remember a mix that I heard by DJ Sneak at a legendary club called Industry Nightclub. It was this mix, everyone probably knows it, but I remember Sneak playing it. It's got this crazy riff in one of the songs he dropped, and I knew what the original sample was. It's a Brass Construction sample. But anyway, it went ba-da, ba-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. So I got on the clavinet here, and I played it. So you'll see I'll add the bass line in, and it just makes sense. So shout out to my man Randy Muller, Brass Construction. There's my boy right there. This guy, just an absolutely amazing musician, tons of inspiration. I cannot tell you how this man has impacted my life so profoundly. But the track that Sneak was playing sampled his song off of this record called Now Is Tomorrow. So I'm going to play you the bit that has that clavinet piece. I think it's yeah, it's around the C and G notes, but anyway, have a listen to the original. I sped it up a bit just for context. Stop it right there, but for those of you that know, you heard the similar lick in the Fender Rhodes, and Randy Muller's playing that lick. So I worked that, and because it's the C and G notes work nicely, I knew a sustained chord would fill out the sample. So I loaded up my own Fender Rhodes. So that's a C major 7 chord, and then I added, I went an octave up. So it's basically here. Let's go. So it's all there. So I'm going to play it all together. Break the sample. Yeah. A lot of sound on the sample. Get some shit together right here. Yeah. Oh, that just grabs me. So that's that piece. That whole piece is a signature. Allowing the sample to speak to you, playing it over authentically, getting right into the groove of things, and working it back into your track, and then grabbing inspiration. And in this case, it was a DJ sneak mix, and I knew what the record is from extensive digging. And Mr. Randy Muller of New York really inspired me on that one to add the texture with the clavinet. The other signature I'm going to talk about is something I do quite regularly, and I'll just play this breakdown. It's the way I treat the breakdown, because a lot of us in house music, unfortunately, and probably in other styles of music as well, tend to get caught up in these standards like, yeah, you know, when you break it down, it must be 8 bars, and, you know, you can only have certain instruments playing. I'm like, fuck that, man. You bring your own craft to the music itself to allow a unique signature that people can take away and enjoy from your record. So I'm going to play this breakdown because it's quite interesting in my view. I don't hear it in a lot of records, especially in house and jacking records, and I'm proud to say it's mine. Check it out.
Motherfuckers, motherfuckers, these small motherfuckers, motherfuckers, these small motherfuckers, motherfuckers, these small motherfuckers, motherfuckers.
So there's a lot going on in that, but basically what I was doing in that was I was allowing the main groove of the sample to play along with the clavinet, and then what I did is I just brought in different elements, and I don't think you can hear the sub bass, but why don't I'll add just the regular bass. I didn't do this in the song, but just for purposes here so you can hear what I'm talking about, I'm going to step through each part and you'll see what I'm talking about in my signature. My signature in the breakdown is to bring in various instruments at different times. So here we go.
Motherfuckers, motherfuckers, these small.
So here's the bass.
Motherfuckers,
Snare 1,
these small. Motherfuckers,
snare 2,
motherfuckers,
snare 3,
these small. Motherfuckers, motherfuckers.
That's a drum roll right at the end. I'm gonna play it again because it's so all of that going on in there is a signature, and I'm happy to do that. And some of that came about through errors in production, but it just works, you know. And I think it's important you have your own signature in things, and also bring about the things that inspire you in your creation of music. So I wish you guys all the best, and again, feel free to hit me with your questions, comments at any time. My name is Demuir, and stay up on your grind and don't let these motherfuckers keep you down. Check it.
Motherfuckers, motherfuckers, these small motherfuckers, motherfuckers, these big motherfuckers, 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 these small motherfuckers.
Go out and cop that Maufaka's EP on Doin Work Records. I'm Demuir, YYZ to infinity, from my land to your land. Take care, peace, all time, respect. Later.